Hello students, in this video we will study about geometric progression or GP, and then we will solve exercise 9.3 of NCERT. Now, what is geometric progression or GP? A sequence is said to be a GP if the ratio of any term to its preceding term is same throughout. This constant factor or ratio is called the common ratio and it is denoted by R. Now suppose there is a sequence A1, A2, A3 and so on. Then it will be in GP if A2 upon A1 that equal to A3 upon A2 and so on to AN upon AN minus 1. Now common ratio of GP, that is R, will be equal to A2 upon A1 or ratio of any term to its preceding term. Now nth term of GP is given by AN equal to AR raised to power n minus 1. Sum of n terms of GP, that is Sn, is given by A into R raised to power n minus 1 upon R minus 1 if R, that is common ratio, is greater than 1 and A into 1 minus R raised to power n upon 1 minus R if R is less than 1. The geometric mean or GM of any two positive numbers A and B is given by root of AB, that is the sequence A geometric mean and B is always in GP. Now come to exercise 9.3. In second question, we have to find out the 12th term of GP whose 8th term is 192 and the common ratio is 2. Now first term of the AP is not given to us, so of GP is not given to us, so let the first term of GP be A. Now common ratio, that is R, is given to us as 2. 8th term of GP is equal to 192. As we know that nth term of GP is given by AR raised to power n minus 1, so 8th term will be equal to AR raised to power 8 minus 1, where R is equal to 2 and that is equal to 192 is given to us. Now that means this will be A into 2 raised to power 7 equal to 192, and which will give us A equal to 3 by 2. Now we have to find the 12th term of GP. So as AR is equal to AN or nth term of GP is equal to AR raised to power n minus 1. So A12 will be equal to AR raised to power 12 minus 1. Now here first term A is 3 by 2 and R is equal to 2 and N is equal to 12. So on putting the value of A, R and N, we will get A12 as 3072. Now in B part of question number 5, we have to find that which term of the sequence root 3 root 3 is equal to 729. Now here sequence is given to us as root 3 root 3 and so on. Here A1 is equal to root 3 and A2 equal to 3 and A3 is equal to 3 root 3. As here A2 upon A1, that is 3 upon root 3, will be equal to root 3 and A3 upon A2 will be equal to 3 root 3 upon 3 and that will again equal to root 3. So as we see here, A2 upon A1 is equal to A3 upon A2. So the given sequence is in GP. Now the common ratio of the sequence, that is R, will be given by A2 upon A1 and that will be 3 upon root 3 and that will be equal to root 3. Now suppose here the nth term of GP is 7 to 9. So we can say that AN is equal to 7 to 9. We know that AN or nth term of GP is given by A R raised to power n minus 1. So a r raised to power n minus 1 will be equal to 7 to 9. Here a, that is first term, is root 3 and r is again equal to root 3. So this will give us root 3 into root 3 raised to power n minus 1 equal to 7 to 9, or we can say root 3 raised to power n will be equal to 7 to 9. Now root 3 raised to power n can be written as 3 raised to power n by 2, and that will be equal to 3 raised to power 6. Now 7 to 9 can be written as 3 raised to power 6. Here bases are same, so powers will be same. So we can say n by 2 will be equal to 6, and that will give us n equal to 12. So we can say that 7 to 9 is the 12th term of the GP. Now in question number 3rd, the 5th, 8th and 11th term of the GP are P, Q and S, and here we have to find, or we have to prove, that Q square will be equal to P into S. Now suppose the first term of the GP be A and common ratio be R. Now fifth term of the GP is given to us as P. Now another term of GP is given by A R raised to power n. So fifth term of the GP will be equal to AR raised to power 5 minus 1, or it can be written as AR raised to power 4. So we can say that A as fifth term is equal to P. So AR raised to power 4 will be equal to P. Now similarly, eighth term is given to us as AQ. So AR raised to power 7 will be equal to Q. And 11th term of the GP is given to us as S. So AR raised to power 10 will be equal to S. Now we have to prove that Q square is equal to PS. So Q square, or we can say on squaring equation number 2nd, Q square will be equal to AR raised to power 7 whole square, and that will be A square R raised to power 14. Now PS will be equal to AR raised to power 4 into AR raised to power 10, and this can be written from equation 1st and 3rd, as in equation 1st P is equal to A raised to power 4, and in equation 3rd S is equal to A raised to power AR raised to power 10, and that will be equal to A square R raised to power 14. So from equation 4th and 5th we can say that Q square is equal to PS. Now in question number 6 we have to find the value of x such that the numbers minus 2 upon 7 x and minus 7 upon 2 are in GP. Here minus 2 upon 7 x and minus 7 upon 2 are in GP. So we can say that second term upon first term will be equal to third term upon second term, or ratio of any term to its preceding term will be equal. That means x upon minus 2 upon 7 will be equal to minus 7 upon 2 upon x, which will give us x square as minus 2 upon 7 into minus 7 upon 2, and that will be equal to 1. And this means that x will be equal to plus minus 1. Now in question number 9, we have to find the sum of the GP 1 minus a square minus a cube up to n terms. Now here GP is given to us, whose first term a1 is 1 and a2 second term a2 is equal to minus a. Now common ratio R will be equal to a2 upon a1, and that will be minus a upon 1, that equal to minus a. Now here we are taking minus a as less than 1. So sum of n terms of the GP, that is Sn, will be equal to a 1 minus r raised to power n upon 1 minus r. On putting the value of a and r, where a is 1 and r is minus a, we will get Sn as 1 minus into minus a raised to power n upon 1 plus a. In question number 11th, we have to evaluate summation of 2 plus 3 raised to power k from k equal to 1 to 11. Now summation of 2 plus 3 raised to power k from k equal to 1 to 11 will be equal to 3 plus 2 plus 3 raised to power 1 plus 2 plus 3 raised to power 2 up to plus 2 plus 3 raised to power 11. Now this can be written as 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 square plus 2 plus 3 cube and up to 2 plus 3 raised to power 11. Now here 2 is coming 11 times, so it will be equal to 2 into 11 plus 3 square plus 3 cube plus 3 raised to power 11. Now let this 3 plus 3 square plus 3 cube up to plus 3 raised to power 11 is equal to s. So the summation of 2 plus 3 raised to power k from k equal to 1 to 11 will be equal to 22 plus s, and this I have taken as equation first. Now s is equal to 3 plus 3 square plus 3 cube and plus so on up to plus 3 raised to power 11, and these all terms are in GP. Here a1 is 3 and a2 is 3 square. So common ratio r will be a2 upon a1, and that will be equal to 3. Now here r is greater than 1, so this s will be equal to a r raised to power n minus 1 upon r minus 1. Now we can put the values of a and r to find out the value of s. Here a is 3 and r is also equal to 3. So this will be equal to 3 into 3 raised to power 11 minus 1 upon 3 minus 1, and that will be 3 into 3 raised to power 11 minus 1 upon 2. On putting the value of s in equation first, summation of 2 plus 3 raised to power k from k equal to 1 to 11 will be equal to 22 plus 3 into 3 raised to power 11 minus 1 upon 2. In question number 12, the sum of the first three terms of GP is given to us as 39 by 10 and their product is 1. We have to find the common ratio and the terms of the GP. Now, let the three terms in GP are A upon R, A and AR. Now, the sum of the first three terms of GP is 39 by 10. That means A upon R plus AR will be 39 upon 10. On taking as A as common, we will get A into 1 upon R plus 1 plus R equal to 39 by 10. Now the product of three terms in GP is given to as 1. So A upon R into AR will be equal to 1. That will give us A cube equal to 1. R will cancel out, and thus we can say that A equal to 1. Now putting the value of A in equation first, we are getting value of R as 5 upon 2 or 2 upon 5. Now if R is 5 upon 2, then terms in GP will be 1 upon 5 upon 2, that was A upon R, A and AR. So 1 upon 5 upon 2, 1, and 1 into 5 upon 2, and that will be 2 upon 5, 1 or 5 upon 2. Now if R is equal to 2 upon 5, then terms in GP will be 1 upon 2 upon 5, 1 and 1 into 2 upon 5, and that will be 5 upon 2, 1, 2 upon 5. Now thus the common ratio of the GP will be 5 upon 2 or 2 upon 5, and the terms in GP will be 2 upon 5, 1 and 5 upon 2. Now in question number 14, the sum of the first three terms of GP is 16 and sum of the next three terms is 128. We have to determine the first term and the common ratio of the GP and the sum of its first n terms. Now let us suppose that the first term of GP is A and common ratio be R. Now sum of first three terms of GP is given to us as 16. That means S3 will be 16, or we can say that A into R cube minus 1 upon R minus 1 equal to 16, as Sn equal to A R raised to power n minus 1 upon r minus 1. So S3 will be a r raised to power 3 minus 1 upon r minus 1. Now the sum of next three terms of the GP is 128. That means the sum of the terms from fourth term to sixth term is given to us as 128. Now the sum of the fourth term to sixth term will be equal to sum of first six terms minus sum of first three terms. That means that will be x6 s6 minus s3, and that is given to us as 128. Now s6 will be a r raised to power 6 minus 1 upon r minus 1, and s3 is already given to us as 16, and that is equal to 128, and this will give us a r raised to power 6 minus 1 upon r minus 1 as 144, and this is our equation second. Now we can divide the equation second by equation first to get the value of r. Now on dividing equation second by equation first, a r raised to power 6 minus 1 upon r minus 1 whole upon a r cube minus 1 upon r minus 1 will be equal to 144 upon 16, and that will give us r raised to power 6 minus 1 upon r cube minus 1 equal to 9. Now r raised to power 6 minus 1 can be written as r cube square minus 1, and that will give us r cube minus 1 minus into r cube plus 1 upon r cube minus 1 equal to 9 by the formula a square minus b square equal to a plus b into a minus b, and thus we will get r cube as 8, which will give us r as 2. That means the common ratio of the GP will be 2. Now on putting value of r in equation first, we can get the value of a, and that will be equal to 16 by 7. Now we have to also find out the sum of first n terms of the GP, and that will be equal to a into r raised to power n minus 1 upon r minus 1, as r is greater than 1. On putting the value of a and r, which we have obtained earlier, we will get the sum of n terms of the GP as 16 upon 7 into 2 raised to power n minus 1. Now in question number 18th, we have to find the sum of n terms of the sequence 8, 88, 888, 8888, and so on. Here we have to find the sum of 8, 88, 888, 8888 up to the n terms. Now on taking 8 as common, we are getting s as 8 into 1 plus 11 plus 111 plus 1111 plus up to n terms. Now on multiplying each term by 9, we will get this as 8 upon 9 into 9 plus 99 plus 999 plus 9999 up to n terms. Now 9 can be written as 10 minus 1, 99 can be written as 100 minus 1, and 999 can be written as 1000 minus 1, and we have to find their sum up to n terms. Now this will give us 8 upon 9 into 10 plus 100 plus 1000 up to n terms minus this 1, we are getting n times, so this will be n into 1, that will be n, and this will be equal to 8 upon 9 into s1. Now I have taken here 10 plus 100 plus 1000 up to n terms as s1. So s will be 8 upon 9 into s1 minus n, and this I have taken as equation first. Now here this 10, 100, 1000 are in GP, whose first term a is 10 and second term a2 is 100. So its common ratio r will be a2 upon a1, and that will be 100 upon 10, and that will be equal to 10. Now, as Sn is equal to a r raised power n minus 1 upon r minus 1. So here S1 will be 10 into 10 raised power n minus 1 upon 10 minus 1, as here a is equal to 10 and r is equal to 10, and this will give us the value of S1 as 10 into 10 raised power n minus 1 upon 9. Now on putting this value of S1 in first, we will get the value of S as 8 upon 9 into 10 into 10 raised power n minus 1 upon 9, that was value of S minus n, and this will be equal to 80 upon 81 10 raised power n minus 1 minus 8n upon 9. And question number 21, we have to find the four numbers forming a geometric progression in which the third term is greater than the first term by 9 and the second term is greater than the fourth term by 18. Suppose the four numbers in GP are A, AR, AR square and AR cube. Now according to question, the difference of third term to the first term is 9, that is A3 minus A1 is equal to 9. Here A3 was AR square and A1 was A. So AR square minus A will be 9, and that will give us A into R plus 1 into R minus 1 equal to 9. And this we have taken as equation first. Now also, the second term is greater than the fourth term by 18. So A2 minus A4 is 18. Here A2 was AR and A4 was AR cube, and that is equal to 18. And that will give us AR into 1 minus R into 1 plus R equal to 18. And this is our equation second. Now on dividing equation second by equation first, we will get the value of R as minus 2. Now we can put the value of R in equation first to get the value of A, and that is equal to 3. Thus the four numbers in GP will be 3, that was A, then AR will be 3 into minus 2, AR square will be 3 into minus 2 square, and AR cube will be 3 into minus 2 cube, as A is equal to 3 and R is equal to minus 2, and this will give the required numbers as 3, minus 6, 12 and minus 24. Now in question number 22, if the pth, qth and rth term of GP are A, B and C respectively, then we have to prove that A raised to power q minus r into B raised to power r minus p into C raised to power p minus q is equal to 1. Now suppose the first term of GP is A, that is capital A, and common ratio is capital R. So its pth term, that is AP, is given to us as A. Therefore, AR raised to power P minus 1 will be equal to A. Now qth term of GP is given to as B. So AR raised to power Q minus 1 will be equal to B. And rth term is given to as C. So AR raised to power R minus 1 will be equal to C. Now here we have to find the value of A raised to power Q minus R, B raised to power R minus P and C raised to power P minus 1. So from equation first, second and third, we can put the values of A, B and C as AR raised to power P minus 1, AR raised to power Q minus 1 and AR raised to power R minus 1 respectively. And this will give us A raised to power Q minus R plus A raised to plus R minus P plus P minus Q into R raised to power P minus 1 into Q minus R plus Q minus 1 into R minus P plus R minus 1 into P minus Q. And this on solving will give us its value as A raised to power 0 into R raised to power 0. As we know, anything raised to power 0 will be equal to 1. So value of A raised to power Q minus R into B raised to power R minus P into C raised to power P minus Q will be equal to 1. Now in question number 23, if the first and the nth term of GP are A and B respectively, and if P is the product of n terms, then we have to find or we have to prove that P square is equal to AB raised to power n. Here the first term of Gp is given to us as A and the nth term of Gp, that is An, is equal to B. As we know that An is equal to AR raised to power n minus 1, so An equal to B will give us AR raised to power n minus 1 equal to B. Now here P is the product of the first n terms, so P will be equal to A, second term will be AR, third term will be AR square, and nth term will be AR raised to power n minus 1. So P will be A into AR square up to AR raised to power n minus 1. And this will give us the value of P as A raised to power n into R raised to power 1 plus 2 plus 3 and up to plus n minus 1. Here this will be A raised to power n into R raised to power n minus 1 into n upon 2, as sum of first n natural numbers is given by n plus 1 upon 2, and here in place of n there are n minus 1 numbers, so it will be equal to n minus 1 into n upon 2, or we can also find the value of 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n minus 1 by using AP. So here P will be equal to A raised to power n into R raised to power n minus 1 into n upon 2. Now that means P square will be equal to A raised to power 2n into R raised to power 2 into n minus 1 into n upon 2, and that will give us R raised to power n minus 1 into n. Now here we have to prove that AB raised to power n or P square is equal to AB raised to power n. Here AB raised to power n will be A into B, and B was the nth term of Gp, so that will be A R raised to power n minus 1 whole raised to power n, and this will give us AB raised to power n as A raised to power 2n into R raised to power n minus 1 into n. From second and third equation we can say that P square is equal to AB whole raised to power n. Now in question number 24, we have to prove that the ratio of the sum of first n terms of Gp to the sum of terms from the n plus 1 term to 2nth term is 1 upon R raised to power n. Now here let first term of Gp be A and common ratio be R. Now first sum of first n terms of Gp that I have taken as S1 will be equal to A into R raised to power n minus 1 upon R minus 1, and this is our equation first. Now sum of the terms from n plus 1 term to 2n term, that is S2, will be equal to sum of first 2n terms minus sum of first n terms. Now sum of first 2n terms will be equal to A into R raised to power 2n minus 1 upon R minus 1, and sum of first n terms will be equal to A R raised to power n minus 1 upon R minus 1. Thus S2 will be equal to A upon R minus 1 into R raised to power 2n minus 1 minus R raised to power n plus 1 on taking A upon R minus 1 as common. Now that S2 will be equal to A upon R minus 1 into 2 into R raised to power 2n minus R raised to power n. Now on taking R raised to power n as common, S2 will be equal to A R raised to power n upon R minus 1 into R raised to power n minus 1, and this is our equation second. Now we can find out the required ratio by dividing S1 or equation first by S2, that is equation second. Here S1 upon S2 will be equal to A R raised to power n minus 1 upon R minus 1 whole upon A R raised to power n into R raised to power n minus 1 upon R minus 1 from equation first and second. And this will give us value of S1 by S2 as 1 upon R raised to power n, which we had to prove. Now in question number 27, we have to find the value of n so that a raised to power n plus 1 plus b raised to power n plus 1 upon a raised to power n plus b raised to power n may be the geometric mean between a and b. Here, the geometric mean between a and b is given to us as a raised to power n plus 1 plus b raised to power n plus 1 upon a raised to power n plus b raised to power n. Now, as we know that geometric mean between a and b is given by root ab, and that will be equal to a raised to power n plus 1 plus b raised to power n plus 1 upon a raised to power n plus b raised to power n. Now, root of ab can be written as a raised to power 1 by 2 into b raised to power 1 by 2, and on multiplying both sides by a raised to power n plus b raised to power n, we will get this as a raised to power n plus 1 by 2 into b raised to power 1 by 2 plus a raised to power 1 by 2 into b raised to power n plus 1 by 2, and this will be equal to a raised to power n plus 1 plus b raised to power n plus 1. Now, this will give us a raised to power n plus 2 into b raised to power 1 by 2 minus a raised to power n plus 1 equal to b raised to power n plus 1 minus a raised to power 1 by 2 b raised to power n plus 1 by 2. Now, on taking a raised to power n plus 1 by 2 common from left hand side and b raised to power n plus 1 by 2 common from right hand side, we will get this as a raised to power n plus 1 by 2 into b raised to power 1 by 2 minus a raised to power 1 by 2 equal to b raised to power n plus 1 by 2 into b raised to power 1 by 2 minus a raised to power 1 by 2. Now, here b raised to power 1 by 2 minus a raised to power 1 by 2 will cancel out, and this will give us a raised to power n plus 1 by 2 equal to b raised to power n plus 1 by 2. Now, on dividing both sides by b raised to power n plus 1 by 2, we will get a upon b raised to power n plus 1 by 2 equal to 1. As we know that a upon b raised to power 0 will be equal to 1, so the 1 can be written as a upon b raised to power 0. As the bases of both the sides are equal, so powers will be same. That means n plus 1 by 2 will be equal to 0, and this will give us the value of n as minus 1 by 2. Now, in question number 28, the sum of two numbers is 6 times their geometric mean. We have to prove that the numbers are in the ratio 3 plus 2 root 2 is to 3 minus 2 root 2. Now, let a and b be the two numbers such that sum of the numbers, that is a plus b, is equal to 6 times their geometric mean, and geometric mean of a and b will be root ab. On dividing both sides by 2 root ab, we will get a plus b upon 2 root ab equal to 6 root ab upon 2 root ab, and that will be equal to 3 upon 1. Now, on applying componendo and dividendo, now what is componendo and dividendo? That is a upon b by componendo and dividendo can be written as a plus b upon a minus b. Now, that means this a plus b upon 2 root ab will be equal to a plus b plus 2 root ab upon a plus b minus 2 root ab. That is numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator, and that will be equal to 3 plus 1 upon 3 minus 1. Now, this a plus b plus 2 root ab is root a plus root b whole square, and a plus b minus 2 root ab is equal to root a minus root b whole square, and that will be equal to 4 upon 2, and that will be equal to 2. Now, this will give us root a plus root b upon root a minus root b equal to root 2. Now, again, on applying componendo and dividendo, this will give us root a plus root b plus root a minus root b upon root a plus root b minus root a plus root b. equal to root 2. This will be root 2 upon 1. So that will be root 2 plus 1 upon root 2 minus 1. Here this root b will cancel out, and root a will cancel out, and this will give us 2 root a upon 2 root b equal to root 2 plus 1 upon root 2 minus 1. On cancelling 2, we will get root a upon root b equal to root 2 minus 1 upon root 2, root 2 plus 1 upon root 2 minus 1. And on squaring both sides, we will get a upon b equal to root 2 plus 1 upon root 2 minus 1 whole square. Now that means a upon b will be equal to 2 plus 2 root 2 plus 1 upon 2 minus 2 root 2 plus 1. Thus we can say that a ratio b will be equal to 3 plus 2 root 2 ratio 3 minus 2 root 2. Thank you.